Okay, this is the video about the cute guy at the Y because I feel really strongly right now that he's thinking about me for some reason. Do you ever have that feeling where you just know someone's thinking about you? Well, when I have definitely got intuitive and psychic powers, and sometimes when somebody's really thinking about me a lot, I feel it. I can tell. I just know they are. So, and today was a lucky day at the Y because he was definitely there. It's so much better when he's there. Oh my gosh. It is so much better to be at the Y. When I first walked in there, I was like, I was hoping, and of course I'm always hoping that he's there when I'm there. But there was a bazillion cars, so you couldn't even find a place to park. So I thought the odds were good because it seems like he goes when there's a lot of people. So anyways, but when I first walked in, I could, it's like, some people vibrate at a higher vibration, and I feel like he does, and I have worked pretty hard to raise my level of vibration, and then you just vibrate at whatever level you vibrate, and it's all good, it's all equal, it's just different vibrations. So when I first walked into the Y, I felt like I was going to have to just bring down my vibrational state in order to just be there. And when I got into the main gym and he was there, I was like, oh, because I knew he was lifting the vibration in the room just with his presence, and that being there was going to feel better. That's how I feel about it. So, anyway, and then he was like training these other two kids that were younger than him, and I was like, oh, he's like being a good citizen. He's going to be one of those good pillars of society when he grows up. But he's the beginning of being grown up. And so I was so happy he was there, and then I felt like, if I don't know I don't know if he watches these videos, but if he did, I felt like he was in his own way letting me know that he knows about my video and all the stuff I've said. So just because, or maybe, I don't know, just because we had a lot of eye contact, which was really nice, that's why. So I thought maybe that was his way of, you know. I was just officially stalking. Shamelessly. You're allowed to stalk at the Y because it's totally within cool Y rules to stalk at the Y, or just check out other people working out because you're all in there working out together. Some of these guys are pretty awesome looking. There were several very good looking guys at the Y today. Almost as cute as him. Different ages, of course. Anyway, so it's like not just that he's totally gorgeous, but it's like the way he's constructed, the way he moves, and the fact that he has such a good form. All of those things together. It's like he should be watched. You should watch guys like that, that are beautiful and working out and working really hard and look great and are inspiring to other guys and even women and whatever. And it's like some people should be watched. He's one of those. He would be so great. I was thinking about it today. I was like, God, since he likes to work out and do, he knows about working out in his body and stuff and exercises to do, he'd be so fun to take on that road trip I was talking about one time. Remember, a long time ago? The big road trip across the country and video blogging the whole time and searching for the perfect chocolate company and then doing exercises along the way with your travel mates and just making the trip about, traveling and where we go, what we see, the different states, and then just dance venues, chocolate venues, coffee places, and, exercising along the way and seeing the beautiful country. So I thought that, I don't know, it just seemed like he might have gotten my messages. So, and then while I was there for a while, I normally go in and do my gerbiling thing, and I didn't have my headphones, so I knew that wasn't going to be fun. And if I'm in the same building as the cute guy at the Y, then I would like to be in the same room as the cute guy at the Y and just vibrate at that high vibration. And, why would I be in a different room if I could be in the same room with the cute guy? obviously. So instead of feeling like I had to like hide the fact that I just totally have a whatever it is thing for this guy, I would just blatantly be staring at him because if he knew what I was saying in my videos, then he would totally understand that that's why I just wanted to like be his little fan club. Go, cute guy, go. You're awesome. You work out beautifully. You are amazing how hard you work and how great you look, and you should be training other guys. Hopefully you're eating well and not just doing what this other friend of mine did, which was just pound protein shakes, and just like too much of whatever. I don't know. I'm sure he's intelligent and he eats well. So I just felt like after this morning, which was very dreary and gray, and we were a little depressed in our conversation, me and my friend, we were like kind of like down on life in a way because I think just Maine can be depressing. And, I'm not in California. And I thought, and I hadn't seen the cute guy the day before. I missed him. And just those little thrills of life help keep you from being depressed. Like when you get to go dancing, when you have good music, I mean, the club makes me happy. I think being in Maine is a downer. I've got to get out of here. But so when I do things like go to the Y and he's there, then I feel happy and uplifted. And it lasts for a while. It doesn't stay lasting. I can almost feel myself starting to crave, It's crazy. On one hand, I want to say I'm always wanting some guy I know I cannot absolutely, positively cannot have. That's one thing, I'm attracted to this guy in France who I can never have. And if I do have him, or if we end up together in some way, doing that whole artistic sculpture thing idea that we were talking about, then it could go one of two ways. It could be like, great, we had a wonderful weekend together, and now it's over, and we both walk away happy, and I am more rejuvenated because I've actually had some, intimate relations, which I have not had in a long time. Or, when it ends up good, we fulfilled this thing, and it's all cool, and he goes back to his wife, and I go on with my merry life. Or we both feel horrible about ourselves. He feels guilty for cheating. I feel terrible for being the one he cheated with, and I also have become attached and addicted to him because we would have been intimately intertwined, and then my chemistry would be all wrapped up into his, and when he left, I might feel absolutely devastated. Or I would have to detox from him, which would be painful and difficult and take way more time than it took to get addicted. We could get addicted in 2 days, and it would take me months to get over it. Plus, I would feel guilty and horrible that I had, So, I mean, every time you try to have love in this world, it seems like it goes wrong. And to Thomas, who writes me the long messages about how he feels like he's so terrible and awful and no girl will ever love him, you know what? We all feel this way about ourselves. We all go through heartache and pain in this lifetime. No one gets out of it. You're not alone. You're not alone. And no matter how many times you might have loved somebody or how popular you might seem to someone else, everyone suffers matters of the heart on this planet. That's the name of the game here. Let's see how you can get out of it. Look at me obsessing about this cute guy at the Y who's so much younger than me. There is no way. The best I could do is be his auntie. I could be his aunt. Then I could love him freely and be supportive of him and give him all my blessings, and that would be appropriate. That's the only thing I can do with this unbelievably cute guy that I think is a really, really cool, awesome guy. And I could probably even jumpstart his whole coolness and awesomeness, we could probably be a nice little charge for each other if we did something like a road trip and somehow, just were auntie and nephew, because he is way younger than me. Too much younger than me. But you know what? A guy like him, I have a feeling, would deeply appreciate and benefit from being with an older woman. I'm a little too much older, I think. But it's too bad about the timing on that one. So one thing I can do is just appreciate when we are in the same room together. And if he does watch my videos, he knows that I'm thinking highly of him and just appreciate who he is and that he's here. And that watching him work out, and one of the highlights for me being in this little tiny, teensy little town, that's how simple and small my life has become here. And that's why I probably need to head west and fulfill my true destiny, which is to run this club, this awesome club, and collect all kinds of money so that we can do awesome, amazing things, like build the chocolate company and get a scholarship fund for all kinds of things, and free energy, clean energy, spend money on making awareness about free energy so that we don't have these big corporations controlling everything and raking all the money for themselves. They're greedy bastards. So that was one thing I was thinking we could do with the money. And I had a fantasy for years of having enough money, or getting enough money in, to support this beautiful mansion on the ocean that was devoted to art, photography, film, video, dance, sculpture, painting, whatever, music, and just have this, beautiful giant building on the ocean that has all these facilities and teachers and, access to things like that. I mean, they have film schools and art schools, but I wanted to do something that was unique within my own vision. And of course it has this accompanying gigantic dance hall where there are constantly dance events going on, and also sculpture events and like art events, for the sculptures and the work that's done. So that's another idea that I had, that if you had enough money, you could buy a beautiful house on the mansion on the ocean and restore it and make it what you want it to be, and have the money coming in. You get the $48 million MBA club, and then you get other people matching things and being part of it. I don't know. That was just another fantasy I had about what to do with the money. And, there's a lot of people who need help. So I think that we should have a fair portion of the club devoted to helping people survive and join the club. And, some kind of a fund that generates money or earns interest that we can use to help people out, because there's a lot of people who need help, and there's different ways to help people. So gosh, there's all these ideas here. If we just keep collecting the club money, the 48 mil, there's going to be a lot of money to do positive things. And of course it's all going to be positive things, because I'm going to be making sure there is. So anyway, I'm feeling all kind of cozy and romantic about my cute guy that I got to see today, who looked at me. We had a lot of eye contact, which was just like, that small little thing that I can have with him in this one, when we finally get in the same room together, just means the whole thing. It just makes me feel like I'm not just cuckoo brain, and that maybe there is a genuine real thing, and that of some sort, that's of useful valueness and goodness and help. This is a hard world we live in. We all suffer. We all suffer. No matter what financial place we come from, we all suffer. And maybe we all suffer the same degree. It doesn't seem like that, but in the end, I think that it is a 50-50, You can be beautiful and talented and crazy and suffer. You can be wealthy but so messed up in your mind and your heart that you are just always miserable. You could be drug addicted. It doesn't matter. You could be poor and maybe happier because you have more motivation to try to fix your life up. But then again, maybe once you achieve success, that's when you get all drug addicted and then you hit rock bottom and end up in rehab. It's just no matter how high you get, it seems like somebody's there to slap you down. So we need help. We need each other to get through. I don't know exactly if we can change this oppressive, oppositional, 50-50, half the time it sucks, system that we're in. I don't know. Maybe the 48 million orgasms? the 48 million points of high consciousness energy or intense energy, positively focused, can, I don't know, how do we break free of this prison we're in? We are in prison, guys. This is a very highly evolved, fancy prison. We are in a mental prison. Think about it. Think about the people that you know that can't get their shit together, that suffer, that are, get it backwards. This place is ass backwards. I'm not trying to be negative. I just think we need to deal with the truth. We are living in an ass backwards place. The consciousness. The earth, the beautiful blue-green, water-covered, rare and special earth is being used to run highly evolved, manipulative consciousnesses, systems of control on this planet, control the systems, the society that we bring to it by incarnating on it and using these resources. We create and build a society that somehow got taken over enough that there's been locks and controls and blindnesses so that we cannot see what we're doing here, that why we suffer here. We're all of us, in some kind of hell. Think about the first moment. Every baby comes into this world screaming. And everyone leaves this world screaming in fear of what's next. Think about that. We come in screaming and we leave screaming, unless we're medicated or we're drug addicted or we OD, unless we're on morphine. So we enter into hell and we in a painful way, and we leave in a painful way unless we're all drugged up on morphine. So, and in between the baby screaming and the dying, we have to go through hormonal changes, psychological abuse by either parents or society or friends, middle school, high school, any horrible thing can happen on this planet. You can get raped, you can get tortured, you can get teased, you can get verbal abuse, physical abuse, you name it. You can get it here on this planet. You want to be abused, come here. If you want to be abused in any way, shape, or form, come to planet Earth, because you will get some way that will satisfy any need you might have had to be. Maybe this is the land of self-abuse. It's the land of self-abuse, insecurity, heartbreak, and pretty much almost like mental torture. My son and I were talking about it yesterday, how it feels almost like mental torture here, because no one understands what you mean when you speak. Everybody gets it backwards. We have to be in these schools that teach us a lot of bullshit. It's almost like these colleges are holding companies, holding vessels, holding tanks for teenage cuckoo brains, and then shoving this knowledge down their throats. Some of it's of value and a lot of it's crap. We don't even know what the hell's going on. Who are we to teach anybody anything? We're just making it up as we go along. We don't know anything. We tried. We think we do. We hope we do. We hope all that studying is of value. But in the end, we still are going to suffer, going to get sick. We're going to get our heart broken however many ways, however many times. There's unlimited ways to get your heart broken on this planet. There's a lot of ways to love someone, too. But almost always, the bad side takes over, So is this something we can change? Is this system of, what was the word, corruption? Maybe we are psychologically corrupted. We are mentally and psychologically and psychically and even physically corrupted. There's a corruption here on this planet that is infused into all of us with our cream and our hair dyes and our psychology that we have to change and alter ourselves, and drug addiction and medication, which ends up being an addiction, and smoking, drinking, eating, all this stuff we do to our bodies, everything physical. But then there's so much pain and misery. When you get sick, you suffer. There's so many different ways to get sick on this planet, When your heart hurts, when you love someone who doesn't love you back, you suffer. When you feel rejected, when you didn't get your wish come true, you suffer. There's so much disappointment. Think about it. We think that we have this choice of going either direction. We got to work hard to achieve our goals, but it's up against this sort of subconsciously known fact that it's going to be really, really hard to achieve what you want on this planet, and it is. So how do we change that? Can we change that? Can we make this a more positive experience on this planet? Well, one thing we can do is, women can share their boobs. Because we know that women like to do that. I mean, no, we know that men want women to do that. Women do not like to do that. Unless they're giving it to their kid, then they don't want to do it. Unless it depends on their body. It depends on their... Because this is the land of crazy, where we have low self-esteem, and we think terrible things about ourselves, and we think that we're losers. And even if we win something, we see the negative. It's like the land of seeing the negative. It is. I mean, you want to see the positive. We try to stay positive. We're cheering each other on. Why do we need to cheer each other on? Because we know unconsciously that we're living in a system that is designed to make us feel down and break our hearts and make us feel like losers. So this is not an attempt at more negativity. It's like an attempt at acknowledging of the negativity, that we have to be real about this, I mean, what is this place? What is this crazy place? And we're obsessed with women's boobs. We're divided into two sexes in general. And one sex is always trying to get their hands on the other sex's body part. As if all of the knowledge and all of the beauty in the world is hidden inside these breasts, and maybe it is. I know I got magic in here. I realized it. They stored it in the breasts of the woman because they knew that the breasts were in front of her heart, and all the good stuff would come through here, and she would take care of them. And then she's got the circle and the common sense. And, so, cute guy, if you watch my videos, it was great to see you today, and it meant a lot to me that we got to, have our, sneak peeks, because it makes me feel like, something has to be reciprocated in this life, so many people, we get hurt so often. It's where we get hurt, is here. This is where we face all our fears and all of our dark side, all our insecurities. This is where we do it. It's not easy. It's hard, and we need to support each other. I guess make the road easier. There's some people like to go out on their own. There's a cowboy in everybody, I guess. So this is a weird ramble. I'm so scared to fall in love with somebody for real, because I know how much it's going to hurt later on. Maybe winning means that, winning this game means that you're able to love unconditionally without it hurting if somebody doesn't reciprocate. Maybe figuring out how to channel constant universal love is the whole thing. I don't know. Because, they say that everything's made out of love in this universe, but everyone slaps love away, runs away from love, is scared to express love, is shy about how they feel about love. I mean, we are taught immediately, for some reason, that that love might bring you pain and unhappiness, and if you didn't know that, you're going to find out. So what is that about? See, this is maybe the hell we are living in the Buddhist mind. This is the hell, and I'm starting to be like, yeah. So how do we break free of the hell and turn it into a heaven? We try by falling in love, by doing art, by listening to music. We're always trying to feel better, because essentially we're all feeling bad. Not everybody. Some people are joyful. There are joyful people on the planet, obviously. But, those of us that tend to get depressed, you know who you are. I too. The same condition. I'm not just walking around all happy all the time, but I understand pain and suffering. So, what do we do about it? Do we just have sex? Is that our way out? Do you know that there's this thought that I had one time when I was just downloading this information that my way out was through sex, that I was going to find my soulmate, and when we joined, we were going to catapult ourselves out of here through this intense orgasm. Wow. And that's how we get out. We're both trying to get out. We finally meet and join, and then and then we get out. That's what I thought, and I believed that. I don't know what's going to happen for real, because hard to break the disappointment cycle here, you know? But maybe we can do it with the 48 million orgasms. Ah, what if we could? We need to achieve this. Maybe it'll work. And if not, it'll at least be fun to try. And raise a lot of money for good causes in the meantime. Brilliant! So anyway, I love you guys. This is a long video. I hope Vimeo will take it because it's a long one. Maybe I can put it on YouTube. They take things like that. I love YouTube. Too bad they don't like my nips. Guess I can't show my nips in this one. Sorry, guys. Anyway, love ya. I mean, I did a little tiny thing, but that didn't even count because that was barely. Cute guy at the Y. I don't want to feel embarrassed. See you later, guys.